Good morning, Homestead 2. There's our little partner in crime right there, Babette. We just arrived. She was eagerly awaiting our arrival. By the way, my name is Dale Dufay. And right there, we got the great Mary Hall coming out of the truck.
Hi guys.
We're gonna go inside. We did a lot yesterday. We were kind of hoping the dumpster was gonna come yesterday as promised, and as you see, it didn't, because we were gonna spend the day loading the dumpster. Working with the stuff twice, we realized that that's not a good idea, but we had no choice in the matter. We weren't gonna wait for the dumpster before we started demoing, so ill-advised as it was, we still have to work with the stuff twice. But we'll take you inside and we'll take a look at what we did yesterday. We started removing the entire floor of the trailer, mobile home, if you will. Let me get the right key here. I got keys to Homestead 1 and the keys to Homestead 2 are very similar. And so I always get them mixed up. Look at this ugly pink insulation. Sorry about that. But here we go inside. We gotta really watch our step in here, because right here is safe. Let me get some more light on this subject here, but you can see what I mean. Look at how we got it all the way down to the joists, a lot of that's original joists, but it's just like, was major work. I mean, it took us all day to remove all that because it was several layers. Some places had 4 layers, right? Right, Ma? I call her Ma and she calls me Pa.
4 layers.
4 layers. So if I call her Ma, Mums, you know why. But see, we're clear down to the, here's the main rail to the trailer right here. This is the main rail. So, and then it has, cantilever braces right there every 3 feet or 4 feet, sorry. And then they span that perpendicular with the 2x6s. So we got it down to that. And what's nice about doing this, and we're gonna do it throughout the whole length of the trailer, is we're gonna be able to clean underneath the trailer really nice. Our goal is to have all that spotless, remove all the insulation in the floor, and then we're gonna insulate the skirting instead. In other words, we're not going to put the insulation back between the floor joists like it is now. We're going to remove this ductwork, and it's very dangerous. Got to walk cautiously. We got kind of a catwalk here. You can see how wide it is. But this is the original floor right here, and it's, look at that, the exterior wall there. You can actually if you walk between the joists, you can actually fall through. So we're going to remove all this down to the joists today on this whole end of the trailer. The other end seems to be more sound, but we're still going to remove it anyway because there's insulation underneath it that's also contaminated with odors and insects and rodents and you name it. So this section, even though it's a lot sounder, will be removed as well, because we didn't discover, but I've been doing this work for 45 years, but we'll show you the method we used in removing this. Mary's busy feeding our cat friend out there, so she should be back around. There she is. Hi, Mary.
I'm coming.
But this is remnants of what we tore out. And you can see that, here's our temporary stairs going into the door because we removed the deck, remember? But that's all that pile right there and this pile right here is what came out of this area. Isn't that something? I mean, that's how this place has been Band-Aid. I mean, that's what we call in the construction industry, putting a Band-Aid on it. And that's what's been happening to this trailer for decades. So we removed all the Band-Aids on the floor and the walls, of course. And then once we get the subfloor back in, which will be plywood, tongue and groove, we're going to, once we get this floor safe, then we're going to remove the ceiling. all the ceilings gonna be removed. So we'll keep you posted on all that. And we'll show like a clip. We'll impose a clip of just exactly the trick of removing a floor in case you ever run into it yourself. But again, this section here was the worst, so we got the worst over with. Over there should be very, very simple compared to what we did here. But they used a lot of fastening on that particle board. You know, that's the original floor. They used particle board, which is not meant to get wet. It's, you know, because it just like expands and becomes weak. So, but it was a good product to use, but it just can never get wet. So if you let the roof leak and if you let, you know, the bathroom go to heck, then you're gonna have problems. So we're gonna remove all the particle board that's underneath this plywood and that floor. And over there again is original. This is original particle board over here, which really didn't get damaged from moisture, but we're still going to remove it because there's insulation under there that is contaminated. In fact, I can go out and show you where there's insulation and how bad it is underneath the trailer. This is part of the deck. In case somebody wants to reuse this wood, we're not going to. But you can see, I can show you under here. You can see how, you know, what insulation, some of it's already like damaged and fallen down. And what's intact is just like pillowing. And the contamination aspect of it is something to be concerned about. So that we're gonna remove all that and then not put it back. We're gonna insulate the skirting. I'm gonna do like a R13, R15 insulation for the skirting. So basically underneath the trailer will be like a crawl space. And we'll have, you know, no insulation in the joists. But of course we'll have insulation in the walls and things. So yeah, Mary's busy kind of getting ready. We're getting
everything set up.
What do we got coming today? Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
We're gonna have Wi-Fi.
Yes.
So we'll have Wi-Fi today. It's gonna be from HughesNet. I hope. Please don't comment and say that it's a horrible company because we have no choice in the matter here. There's no cable here, so we have no choice. We have to use HughesNet. And then DirecTV's coming tomorrow, right, Ma?
Yes, it is.
Yay!
Yes.
So we'll have things, you know, we'll have Wi-Fi. We'll be able to do better recordings and you know, we'll be able to upload the videos more promptly and things like that. So maybe, you know, down the road we can do some live things. That would be kind of fun, wouldn't it, you guys? Leave your thoughts on that in your comments. And we do appreciate the wonderful, wonderful comments. So, there were a couple of them that actually, you know, were very, very, very nice. We're very grateful. In fact, I'll give you those incredible comments. The people a shout out. I got to get the name of them from Mary later on. We were going to do that. Remember, Maul. But thanks everybody for the wonderful comments, and please subscribe to Mary's channel. She's the greatest. So.
They're awesome too.
Oh, I got a few channels, but they have nothing to do with this. But anyway, we'll talk about that maybe later. So with that, we thank you for watching, and we'll talk at you later. Love you. Mailbox is any indication of how somebody's going to build their house or remodel their house. This is an example right here. This is custom built by Mary and I. Luckily we had these two iron brackets here. Come up a little closer, show these brackets. And come around the front and see how they're doubled up. We used two of them because we had these laying around for years, or I did. And I finally found a use for them. Isn't that a perfect use? And I was able to use an 8-foot 4x4, which did this length from the ground to here, and then this whole length here. And eventually we're gonna have a flower pot here with probably mums in it. But the neat feature about this is these two pieces of mahogany are sunk in cement. And right now there's 3 screws on each side. And the neat thing about this is you can remove the 2 screws on the upper 2 screws on both sides, and I can tip this back. like when there's a bad snowstorm or something and the plows won't destroy it. Isn't that a neat feature? But if that's any indication as to how Mary and I are going to build our house, this is it. So let me put this back up where she belongs, nice and plumb, and run these screws right in. Done. Both sides. So this is a custom built mailbox made out of an 8-foot 4x4, and then I just so happen to have mahogany around. So I'm not sure if this is real plumb, but I didn't check it, so I'll check it later. But the screws are going in, and it will tip back because it is relatively close to the road. It's even closer.
The mail lady said that it's perfect.
Perfect, yeah. She's probably the finest mailbox that she's seen in a long time. But this is a good indication as to what's going to go on inside the mobile home. If you can point over there, Mary. That's going to be the finest looking mobile home in the area when we're done with it. So with that, I thank you for watching, and we'll talk at you later.